Hello guys, my name is Nicolas Massu and I'm doing a video clip of a shop called the Nostalgia Box, and it's amazing. This is the second time I've been here and my friend Shaun is going to be taking the video clip. So let's hope that this entertains you guys and see whether you like to relive those moments. For example, here's the first console. It's called the Magnavox Odyssey. It's made by Magnavox and it's 1972. And it was the first generation of consoles. So yeah, for those of you who don't know this, the guy who made Atari, in Japanese, Atari means to hit the target in Japanese. So that's the most important factor. And here it says Pong is without a doubt the most important game ever released. It's enormous commercial success kickstarted the video game industry from being a small niche to market to a household must. And then we got other consoles. We got the Telstar, Coleco. So we got the Coleco Telstar, whatever that is. It's actually a game. It says with over $1 million units sold, the console was a success. So yeah, this is another console. We got here the Wonder Wizard. That's just like Pong. If you look at the screen there, it looks like Pong, playing Pong there. So that's an amazing thing, Pong. People who know about this. Then we also got Bully's Eye. That's Bully's Eye. You can see it's an RCA game. So Bully's Eye. So, and then we got the game room Telepong. It's probably Pong, you know what I mean. And then we also got a Atari video pinball. So that's awesome. Pinball Atari. We also got the stand, cycle, and we also got the creator Tomohiro Nishikado. As you can see him there, Tomohiro Nishikado. So that's the most important one. And we also got here the Coleco Telstar Combat. Wow. This is the last system to be released in 1977 with the Telstar Combat, utilizing the General Instruments AY3 8700 tank chip. The game allowed for 2 players to play combat. So yeah, so it's a nice system. It says the Telstar Combat was one of the Coleco's attempts to break away from the Pong clone. I guess Pong was so faithful and so true to his game. Now let's see another games. We got the Coleco Telstar Arcade. Wow, we got a car machine there to drive the car, and we also got the shooting game. So yeah, so it's an amazing game. So yeah, we also got the Odyssey 2001, and that's developed by Philips. Wow, Philips Odyssey 2001. So wow, and we got the Odyssey 2000. That's awesome. Made by Magnavox. So yeah, that's awesome. We've also got the Magnavox Odyssey 3000. Wow, look at this. It's on and off. We got the auto manual. We've also got the amateur, professional. So it's amazing. Then we also got the IPF TV Fan, developer IPF. So yeah, lots of games here. Now we should go back here again. Hey, Chan, come here. If you go back here, we'll go this way. We also got the first Nintendo console. Yeah, the Nintendo console. This is the model CTG BK6, and here's the TV game 6. So yeah, and at the bottom there, we've also got. If you look at the bottom, it says TV Game Color Rising. That's Nintendo. Wow, that's awesome. That's a Nintendo console, so that's awesome as well, depending on how you look at it. Then we've got the Magnavox Odyssey, which is like a keyboard itself. And for those of you who don't know what the keyboard is called, the keyboard is called QWERTY, and you know it's QWERTY because it's QWERTY. All the keyboards that are reading with that name, QWERTY, on the first line of the keyboard means it's a QWERTY keyboard, and that's the only keyboard that someone made, and that's why all the keyboards are now called QWERTY, no matter where you look at it. So yeah, so we've also got the Odyssey 2100, which probably all by Philips. We've also got the video cassette. Wow, cassette player. That reminds me of the Commodore 64, with the cassette player playing the games on the cassette. That's awesome as well. Then we've also got TV Block. Don't know what that is. It's Epoch 1979 year release, generation first. This is the Japanese version of the Atari Video Pinball by Epoch. So yeah, you can see the screen there, all the stuff. Then we also got Pac-Man. Pac-Man was the best. I just must say the Pac-Man was unique in his class. But at least if you're not fast enough, you're not gonna beat the game. So that's just the pity part. But in a sense, we got the other console called the Mattel Electronics Intellivision intelligent television. So, well, this is from Mattel. And apparently Mattel in Australia were the ones that distributed the original Nintendo. So that's a good thing about Mattel doing that. Then we got the Mindstorm. This was done in 1992, and it's a second generation video game. So yeah, so it says here, unlike most of the consoles which had to be connected by a television, the Vectrex was integrated with a vector monitor, which displayed vector graphics. So yeah, so that's amazing. Let's go, Shaun. Then we got here the ColecoVision 1992, second generation gaming. Now with this console there, with the cartridge there, you can see the cartridge there. The cartridge now, you can have a small cartridge with 120 gigabytes of memory. So this one, now that we look at the newer consoles, this one is crappier than the newer consoles itself. You know, that's the whole point. Now we got creator Shigeru Miyamoto. He's the one that built, they made the Mario games, which you can see here. You can see the whole lot. It says the great video game crash in 1983. And it's the Atari shock in Japan was a massive recession in the video game industry that occurred in 1993 to 1995. It was caused by a combination of factors, but the most important was the sudden influx of competing consoles and hurriedly produced video games. And as we know, Atari used to own Info Games, and they decided to build games under Atari logo, and that's why all the video games now, like the driver and all the games, were made by Atari rather than made by Info Games. If you know, but now Atari is gone. What happened to it? We've got no idea. I've got no idea what happened to Atari. But it's good to have a look at this. Then we also got the family computer. Well, whatever that is, I think it's might have been looks like Nintendo. Ah, it's the Famicom. Yeah, the Famicom. That's one. Yeah, that's the one. The Famicom. That was made in Japan, but it's actually the Nintendo family. In the US and other countries, was called the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, but in here it was called the Famicom in Japan. So that's why it's all Japanese stuff. Then we got the Sega computer video game. You can look at that. And then we also got the Sega SG-1000 computer video game ROM cartridge. So that's pretty good. And ROM stands for read-only memory. So it's not like a RAM which you can change, but this one is ROM. So that's awesome. Then we also got the cassette vision. Wow, cassette. I like them cassette better because you don't have to work for the cassette player or the cassette like you usually listen music with. Will take a long time to load. Whereas this one, you just put the cartridge and you just start loading up. And here, this is the best. This is the old Nintendo, the original old Nintendo. And this one is my favorite, the Nintendo Zappa. It was the best ever. Remember that one, Shaun? That was awesome.
No, I don't recall.
Yeah, you do recall this. That was the old console with the little Nintendo Zappa. You can shoot the, not you, talking about the console. So yeah, let's go down this one. Here we go. We got the Sega Master System. This is the card input there for the Master System. This is the cartridge input. This is the card input, probably to record yourself. The only difference between this console here, and the Nintendo Entertainment System is that this one doesn't have a start on select button. You got one button for the start and push the buttons there. So that's crap. And here's the Master System too. And the only difference between Nintendo and Sega used to release two consoles of the same make, one after the other, like the Master System 1 and the Master System 2, as you can see that. And then we also got the Atari 7800, look, Atari 7800. It was developed in 1986 by Atari, so yeah. And then we also got the NEC PIPD6. We've also got oh wow, look at this, Action Max. Check out that one, Action Max. That's awesome, can't believe it. Nice. And then we also got up here we got the Sony the Hedgehog. I used to play the second one. That was awesome. I got to the end and I beat the game, only because I did a bit of a trick there, play with the sheet. So that's why I got it in there. And then we also got the Sega Mega CD and the Sega 16-bit Genesis. Well, in the USA they call it Genesis, and here in Australia we call it Mega Drive. This is the Mega Drive. So that was awesome. But no one really liked the Mega CD. It didn't do so well. Don't know exactly why. They just said on the internet that it didn't do so well. So that was crap. But it says here but it says here it's published in 1991, and it was made by Sega in 1991, the fourth generation gaming. So yeah. Then here we got the Super Nintendo, which did excellent well. It's got 6 buttons, it's like if you got a controller from the Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive, this one got more buttons than this one, because this one can have 3 buttons or 6 buttons depending on how you look at it. And here we got another game. This looks like a Guitar Hero for the past. That's awesome. Or a keyboard or whatever it's called, interactive vision. So it's like wow. And it's made by NEO Master System, and it was published in 1988, and it's a 3rd generation gaming. So wow. We got here. This is the handheld consoles. We've got here the Simon Domo. We've also got the Necro Cricket SNK, NEO-GEO Pocket. We've got the NEO-GEO Pocket. We've also got the Turbo Express. We have a made neck Turbo Express. We've got the Keith Courage. We've got the Supervision. We've got the Tarlinks. That's awesome. The Tarlinks. That's the best ever. I used to love the Tarlinks, but never had one. That's a pity. But I had the Game Gear, but I sold it. That's the Game Gear. And that was an awesome console, the Game Gear. It was better than the Nintendo, the original Nintendo, because it had a color screen and it was lighting up. So better than the Game Boy Advance, because the original Game Boy Advance did not have lighting at the back, except for the SP one, the Game Boy Advance SP, which had a button for the lighting to wear an item. And then here we go. Here we got the Game Boy, during the Game Boy, and the other consoles. We got here Game Pocket Computer, and we got all the consoles there, which Nintendo Micro versus System, however the console is. And we got all the consoles: Game & Watch, Panorama Screen, Mario's Bonus, Flyway. So yeah, so some lot of consoles there. Then we also got, if you go back here, we also got this console. We also got this console. We got the Hyperscan. We got the Savvy Box. The PS3, the PlayStation 3, which we're gonna get into it at the moment, but we're gonna look at this first. We also got the IK. Well, K from the Spanish into English means what, and I must mean I what. You know what I mean? That's what K means. IK. K means what in Spanish. Or Spanish means K is Spanish for what in English. That's what I'm saying. Then we also got the FIFA 64. I used to remember playing with my friends. FIFA 64 is like awesome. It's a nice game. And the good thing about Nintendo is that they're the first ones to develop the C-stick, the console stick. That was an awesome way to get around the console. So it was my favorite. Prefer that one better than the PlayStation. So the Virtual Boy. Look at this. The Virtual Boy. I used to play this in Chile. Somebody had it in Chile. It was massive. It's like wow. That was an awesome console. Somebody had it. So. And the cartridge is close on here, but it was just a big cartridge, bigger than the Game Boy. So, and that was the first Virtual Boy you ever seen in your life. And I reckon it would be better than the PlayStation VR, or the one called the Oculus Rift, or the Samsung VR, or the other ones which are out in the market. So yeah, then we got the NEO-GEO CD. That one, it just jaw-dropping me, because this one you can play CDs as like massive. It's like massive. So wow, this is the original PlayStation. For those of you who love PlayStation was nice, but it was taking too long to load. So that was the other problem. That was important. That was the most important factor. So we got here another console sells here. My Seal computer Casio, my Casio. Then this one's called Apple and Bandai. It's called developed 1995. It's called Apple Bandai Pippin. Wow. That's awesome as well. It's awesome. Then we got the Sega Saturn. That one, the Sega Saturn was like, wow. But it didn't also well either because it was scrap. Yeah, but you got 8 buttons. So you got the 6 there, and you got the 2 at the back. So that was better than the one from the Sega Mega Drive or the Genesis in the USA. Then we got the Amiga CD 32-bit. Remember that the Sega Saturn is 32-bit. So was that one, the 32-bit of the Amiga CD. That was awesome. Then we got the NEC Pro FX and the Play Media. So that was pretty good. And also we got, this is the one I was talking about, my friend. It's called Panasonic. That one was called 3DO. That's what it used, because it says already, it says there 3DO down there. Can you see it there? It says there 3DO. You can see it there. You can close it. Yes, correct. It says here 3DO. So that's what the console was. It was called 3DO Interactive Multiplayer. That was the whole console. So that was pretty good as well. I really like it, but I never played it, so I wouldn't have a clue. You know. So that was the other problem. But Panasonic did so well with the console. It's just shame that it wasn't good enough for the console. Then we've also got the old CDI. The old CDI. And we've also got the NEO-GEO. This is the one I was looking at. This is a new console. Like I already got a copy at home, and it's called the NEO-GEO X-Core console. Unless it's that one there we see here, huh? But the one I got in the shops a couple of years ago from EV Games was called the NEO-GEO X-Core console. I was like massive. NEO-GEO is, I'm a big fan of NEO-GEO, so and I love NEO-GEO. Believe me, I'm ballistic about NEO-GEO, so it was massive. I wish you could have the console for myself, but you can't have what you want. You know, and you got a memory card, you got all this stuff there. So yeah. Then we also got this is the one and only, the Dreamcast. 1998 had a 128 bits. It says here that Sega's reputation had been hurt due to commercial failure of the Saturn, 32X, and Sega CD. While initial Dreamcast sales were strong, many prospective buyers and game developers were still skeptical of Sega, and they held off from committing, possibly to see which console would prevail. And it says here that in April 1999, Sony announced the PlayStation 2, a year ahead of the official launch. The press release diverted a lot of attention from Sega, with the Lumia PlayStation 2 launch in Japan. The Dreamcast was ignored in that territory. It had great initial success in North America, but it had trouble maintaining its momentum after the PS2 release. So I still enjoyed the Dreamcast. It was just a console for me, but it didn't do so well. So then we've also got the PlayStation 2, which is this one is a smaller version of the PlayStation 2 than the bigger one, which I don't even like the PlayStation 2, but it was pretty good. And some people were discussing on the internet that they thinking that the GameCube, which is down here, that's the GameCube there. That's the GameCube there. They think the GameCube was a lot better than the PlayStation 2. The only difference is that the PlayStation 2 had a bigger disc than Nintendo's original optical disc for the GameCube, and that was 1.8 gigabytes, whereas the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox, which you see down here, the Microsoft Xbox, was 4.8 gigabytes or 4.6 gigabytes. You know, so they could hold a lot more memory. And the Nintendo GameCube and the PlayStation 2 did not have a hard drive. That was the stupid part. How can you not have a console with a hard drive? Doesn't make any sense. And if you look at the control there, the first control, I really like the first control, but I'm not sure if they're gonna copy that. But that was crap. This control was pretty good. It's the control rest of the original Xbox, so that was awesome. Let's go back to the next console. We got the F4060, then we got 360 2005. Microsoft. This is what the 7th generation console. Not after the 360 arrived on the market, the damn red ring of death began sending shivers down the spines of Xbox gamers. Yeah, that's because the Xbox had a problem with the console. And then we got here the Wii U, no the Wii, sorry, the Wii. Wii didn't do so well. It was crap. But who knows? We won't even know. But it was pretty good. It's a good console. I'm not complaining. Anyhow, then we got the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, 2006, made by Sony. And that was released 2006, 7th generation console. This actually was better than the original Xbox 360, but I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. Obviously prefer 360 and a Go one. Then we got here the Sega Game Gear, the Atari Lynx, and we got all the consoles. We got the Supervision, the Watara, we got the Kid Courage, and we've also got the NEC Turbo Express with the SNK, which is my favorite. This is the SNK NEO-GEO Pocket. That was kind of like the best console. I love NEO-GEO console, so yeah, so that's my list here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'm hopefully that to be able to come back to this shop and check it out. So thank you. Goodbye.